So Nathan, it's a 1-1 draw here with Shildon. Both those goals really seem an age ago. In fact, they came in the first 5 minutes of the game. But what was your other thought of the match?
Well, we started off really brightly. We seen a lot of the ball, and the goal came from that. Shildon immediately caught us on the back foot, and obviously they scored their early goal, which was just disappointing for us. But yeah, from that point on, we just didn't click. Shildon looked quite bright throughout. But to us, it was kind of a typical pre-season game, and you know our standards need to be higher, but I'm not going to dwell too much on it.
No, and then obviously the first goal for Whitby as well, coming from a new signing, Sonny Fergus. I'm sure he'll be, even though it's only pre-season, I'm sure he'll be delighted with that goal there.
No, it's good for him. It's good for him. He was given some instructions in a kind of new system that we were looking at, and to be fair, his run came from the instructions he was given. He found himself in the box, he took it well with his head, and obviously it was a great finish, so fair play to him.
Yeah, you mentioned about the change of system. Was that something that you put on to the full-backs there to try and attack a bit more down those sides?
Yeah. With me and Bully, we're looking at different formulas really, because we've got a couple of suspensions obviously at the beginning of the season, so we're just looking at some different things. We've not played that system all pre-season, so it was new to the boys. But you know, at the end of the day, it's 11v11, and we didn't deploy the system as was intended bar in the first probably 5 or 10 minutes. But we've got through it, and there's more minutes in the legs, and it's good for the players to get the fitness in there.
Yeah, and as much as Whitby had the bright start, obviously conceding pretty much straight from the kick-off, you must have been disappointed with that one there.
Yeah, definitely. It's it's the first thing when you score a goal. You've got to reset your stalls and concentrate, and we lost concentration. Again, it's back to basics. There was errors which we should have done better. But I can't put my finger on that because that's happened a few times in pre-season, and I think we're one of those teams that when it gets competitive, the lads have never really let us down. So it's unusual for us, but we need to look at that and reflect.
So with that point in mind, does that put more emphasis to the fact you just want to get started in the league rather than having to finish off this pre-season campaign? Because it's all one of those times of years where it's never really enjoyable for anyone, is it? It's just getting match fitness in.
No, pre-season is what it is. I think especially after such a long time off, we've all come in early to avoid injuries. It seems we've been in for pre-season with quite an age now, and there's been a lot of games in there, a lot of disruption. But we're getting to the business end of that now, and we're looking obviously forward to the 14th. We're going to get to Darlington on Saturday. Hopefully we can raise our levels, and we're going to the system a little bit more confident with a performance ready for Lancaster.
Yeah, you mentioned that Darlington game there. So as you were hoping to end pre-season on a high and potentially a decent crowd in as well before the big season.
Yeah, and these lads are capable of a good performance as well. We do well against obviously higher opposition. We always acquit ourselves well, but make no doubt about it. Place is up for grabs, and we're at the business end of the pre-season, and places are up for grabs. So they've got to earn that place, and that's that'll happen on Saturday against Darlington.
And without giving too much away, obviously, is there a good chance that the team that starts on Saturday will be very similar to what will start at Lancaster the following week?
Impossible to say, because again, it's pre-season. There's me and Leah, we're going to keep that open, but we need to. We've made the players aware that there's still positions up for grabs, and people need to earn the places. So the Darlington game will have a big bearing. The performance of the Darlington game will have a big bearing on our starting 11 against Lancaster.
Yeah. And then just finally as well, we just announced before kick-off the signing of Nathan Dyer. How pleased are you to have him amongst the squad as well?
Yeah, it's great. Again, he adds strength and depth to the squad. Nathan's a young boy with potential. He's finding his feet again. He's like everybody else. He's had 9-10 months out of the game. So yeah, it might be a bit more of a longer burner, but once we get Nathan up to scratch, I'm sure he'll be an asset to the squad.
Thank you very much, Nathan.